You cannot choose your thoughts, as it would require that you think them before you think them. Think about it.
Been battling I don't want to claim it. I don't want to say my internal monologue, because it requires me to take ownership of something that I do battle with and sometimes have a hard time controlling. How can I say that the internal monologue is mine? It's more that it's something that I have been burdened with, that has been my adversary, but it's not something that is me. And I think there's a danger here in the society that we live in, that we're told that this internal monologue that we all grapple with, we're told these are your thoughts. If they were, I should be able to stop them. I should be able to turn them off. I should not be at war with it. If it's me, I should be able to control myself. After all, I can control any other aspect of myself, right? I can move my hands, I can move my feet, whatever. But there's this sort of disembodied voice in your head. And then you're told it's you. You're thinking. By the suggestion saying that you're thinking, it is implied that you're the one who's generating these thoughts. But you're not. It's these thoughts that are responsible from everything from anxiety and depression to straight up madness. When you see a person on the street talking to themselves on the spectrum, they are just at the far extreme of what the rest of us grapple with on a daily basis. We call those people mad. How are they mad? When we ourselves grapple with the same issue, they have just lost control. They have just completely succumbed to this voice. Before I kind of launch in, let me address the fact that everybody has an internal monologue. It just isn't always vocal, but it is there. And sometimes it's visual, depending on the person's brain, but it is there. And sometimes some people are so identified with the internal monologue, with this voice in their head, with this entity, that they believe that it's them. So there's no space. They have been so programmed to accept these thoughts, these intrusive thoughts, that they're the ones who are generating it. So there's no space. There's no separation between them and this thing, this internal monologue, whatever you want to call it. They go, I don't have an internal monologue. But 10 times out of 10, whenever I've called their attention to the internal monologue, over time and through working with these individuals, you start to find that, yes, actually, they do. They just were never aware of it. Forcing them to be aware of it is what all of a sudden causes the separation. You just say certain things like, when you're anxious, what is causing the anxiety? It's like this weird defense mechanism, because at the core of those who deny having an internal monologue is this sense of this need to control. They want to be in control. They don't want to think or believe that there's something, some aspect of themselves that is like controlling them or driving them, that they could be in conflict with. So that's why, to protect themselves, the ego hardens and crystallizes around the internal monologue. And then they believe that it's them. So they go, I don't have an internal monologue, but they do. If a person truly had no internal monologue, they would be zen. They would be at peace. Think about your life, you personally. How much stress and anxiety and fear and worry has been generated by this sort of thing? You're just sitting, minding your own business, eating a chocolate, watching a movie, right? Taking it easy. And then all of a sudden, you start to recollect a conversation that happened like a week ago or like a month ago or something that happened years ago. That's the internal monologue. That thing that pulls you out of your present moment. That's the internal monologue. It could take a form of even feelings and even emotions, just flashes of fear. It is the internal monologue, and however shape or form it morphs into, that pulls you out of the present moment and brings up shit that you thought you were over. You text somebody, they text you back. All of a sudden, you start jumping to conclusion. It's not you that's jumping to conclusion. See, it's too fast. You're identified with it. There's no space between I texted somebody and now I'm jumping to conclusions. Why are you jumping to conclusions? Something in between you texting somebody and then them not responding when you want them to respond. Something interjected itself. It did it too quickly for you to catch it. It did it too quickly for you to be conscious of it. But now you're reacting on ideas in your head that came from nowhere. Well, maybe this person is ignoring you. Maybe something happened to them. And then you start to worry. But all of these assumptions have no basis on fact, because at the end of the day, you have no idea why the person has not responded to you. So everything around that is causing the agitation and the depletion of your energy through worry, through fear, that's the internal monologue. And so the exercise of meditation, that is what trains you to slow the mind down so that you can observe this internal monologue at work and then start to separate from it.